Is the turkey almost ready? Hi, welcome to another video. Today we're going to make this classic long and low centerpiece with candles for your Thanksgiving table. So let's get started. So I really wanted to show you how to create a classic Thanksgiving centerpiece today. And we're going to incorporate candles. This is just going to be a low, long arrangement for a rectangular table. And what I have here is a utilitarian bowl called a gripper bowl. This is something that we use often in floral design. We use something low and long like this for like a sweetheart table, altar arrangement. They come in 1 brick, this is the 1 brick, and 2 brick, which is that double size. And I wanted to show you this really great mechanic. This is what we use to hold tapers in floral foam. Now don't stick your candles just into the foam because it may not be very stable. So I really want you to use something like this if you want to use tapers in your flower arrangement. You don't have to, of course. You can have a nice long arrangement and have like votive candles around it, but I just wanted to show you the classic Thanksgiving centerpiece. What I'm going to do is put these into the foam where I want the 2 candles first, and then we're going to design around it. So these come in like panels and you just break them off and use them. And what they do is you anchor them in the foam exactly where you want it. I'm going to try to set it far apart from each other because our arrangement is going to go, much beyond here. So I want to make sure the candles are far apart from each other. And once you have that ankled down, you can put your tapers in right here. I'm not going to put it in yet. I'm just going to head and green in and do some design before I put the candles in. But that's how the candles are going to sit in your arrangement. And this is a wonderful little mechanic for whenever you want to incorporate tapers into your floral design. And what I'm going to show you today is rectangular, but you can do this, use the same concept with a round bowl. Obviously, you don't have to have a gripper bowl like this. Any low tray that's watertight, and holds a block of foam will do. And I have this anchored down with floral tape so that it doesn't move around when I design. As you can see, there's a lot of foam exposed, so we're going to have to use a lot of greenery to hide the foam. This is an exposed foam arrangement where, we're just doing a cascading arrangement, but the foam is sitting up above the container. And in one of my videos, I think I showed you how to design with exposed foam technique. And this is an example of that. Okay. So I've got all this viburnum that I cut from the garden, and viburnum's great because it's a long-lasting foliage, and there's so many different colors, from green to fall colors, and I really love that mix. I'm going to use some of these larger viburnum to just cover. I love my snowball viburnum. They give you beautiful snowballs in the spring, and you have all this nice fall foliage to use at this time of year. So we've got all these pieces of viburnum that we're going to add in here to green in. The reason I love the viburnum is because there's so many different colors during the fall. I like how there's green in it, a little bit of green. I don't want the whole arrangement to be, reds and oranges and yellows. So the green really will set off the other colors in that arrangement. But it's got enough of the fall colors in it to be a beautiful background for our flowers. So it's really one of my favorite greenery to use for fall. And I've got tons of it. And there's so many different colors. See how gorgeous that is? Beautiful, right? Okay, I think we're doing pretty good with our greening in. I'm going to stop because we have a lot of flowers to add in, and we can always add some more of this viburnum if we have some bald spots at the end of the design. And I'm envisioning this a low, kind of long cascading arrangement. So to set the long lines, we have some of this greenery, but I'm also going to use some Cotoneaster aster. Cotoneaster aster is a red berry that kind of grows wild around here. I have some beautiful stems of it. It has beautiful arching branches, and the berries are sort of subtle. I don't love the berries that are bright red like holly. This is a little bit orangey red, and it's kind of subtle. And the growth habit of the Cotoneaster aster is so beautiful. as a plant in the garden, it's kind of insignificant because from far away you could barely see the berries, but up close I think it's really gorgeous. So it's one of my favorites to use during the holiday season. And then I also have some seeded eucalyptus for texture. I may use this almost as a filler, so I'm going to set it aside for now. Now, if I put the long branches in right now, it would be hard for me to turn the arrangement to show you what I'm doing, so I think I will put that in later. And another thing we're using almost as a filler or greenery are fall hydrangeas. Look at these beautiful fall hydrangeas. I clipped them from the garden this morning. Before it starts raining really hard and gets very cold, definitely, cut your fall hydrangeas to use because they're beautiful like this for a while. And once it gets really cold and rainy, then they start rotting. So I just cut these from the garden this morning and I soaked them in a basin of water to get them all clean so that they are ready to use. And the fall hydrangeas will also help you hide your foam. We're just going to set it kind of low in the foam because we have so many other flowers to use that this is not going to be a focal flower, but more of a background flower. So we're kind of greening in with the fall hydrangeas. And you see how they really fill in space really well. I have tons of hydrangeas in my garden, and right now they're all gorgeous. This is a hot pink hydrangea during the year. It seems to have the best fall color. My blue hydrangeas are more like a teal color with a little bit of burgundy purple, but these are like red and green, really pretty. Okay, I greened in with a little bit of the hydrangeas. And now we've got an assortment of incredible flowers to use. I have like burgundy red spider mums, burgundy red pom-poms. I have some beautiful roses. This is a rose called Bogart that I love. It's sort of, I don't know, orange and red and salmon at the same time. I love these kind of nondescript or kind of in-between colors for fall. Not necessarily just doing yellows and burgundies all the time. I like mixing these analogous colors from, papaya orange to salmon to burgundy. And one of my favorite orange roses is called Wild Spirit, and sort of a papaya orange. We also have little red spray roses and some red roses, as well as a bunch of accent flowers, dyed wax flowers, red spray roses, and some coxcomb celosia. Look at these orange coxcomb celosia. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to go ahead and use some of this. So sad I have to take all these side shoots off. Maybe I could cut it really low and have another piece to use. Yeah, here we go. So I cut the crown off, and then there's still these side shoots that you can use. So this is the crown, and we're going to set it deep in the foam here. And then we have the side shoot that we can still use. I'm going to have a little shorter. It's another material for fall that I love. This is celosia. They come in a lot of beautiful colors. This is the orange. They come in burgundy, sort of a magenta burgundy, bright red, also called coxcomb. See, I cut the head off, and then we still have the sides that we can use. Okay, then I'm going to use the spider mum. Look at this beautiful burgundy spider mum. Not a big mum person, but definitely nice right now, this time of year, for fall arrangements. Beautiful color. So I've got two mums together here. Like you guys know me by now, I love to use the grouping technique, right? I don't want to have just it all the same throughout the arrangement. A little bit of grouping looks nice. I'm going to use some of this Wild Spirit Rose over on this side. This is going to be a two-sided arrangement, of course, because it's a centerpiece. I think I'll use some of these little burgundy accent mums with the Wild Spirit. The other day I was at the flower market and I saw blue mums, not dyed, natural blue mums. I couldn't believe it. It's called Blue Ocean. I bought some, so I will share it with you in another video. It's really beautiful, like a gray colored blue, very subtle. I don't know how to use it, but it was just really incredible color. So I bought some. It's always fun to find new novel materials to use. I asked my wholesaler, I said, that's not dyed? He goes, nope, it's not dyed. That's natural. I said, oh my God. Okay. So that's what we have on this side. We have the orange roses with the mums. And on this side, we've got the spider mums. And then I was going to add in some of these kind of apricot spray roses in like this almost yellow color. Apricot yellow. I'm really loving this color for fall. Sort of not quite yellow, but not quite peach either. Kind of in between. I think that's a really great color for fall. And I've been using it a lot this year. This is kind of a short stem, so I'm going to put it up here. Okay, that's what we have there. I really like this kind of golden apricot color with the burgundies. Add some here. Then what other color should we use? Should we use that Bogard rose? See, would it look nice in here? I think so. I think it'd be very pretty in here. Okay. The Bogart rose is sort of orange on the center and then a redder and almost pink on the outside. Sometimes with colors, in the pack, you think, oh, we're not going to do pink for fall, although I do sometimes, as you guys know. But when you have these colors together, it sometimes really works. I really like the Bogart rose with a burgundy mum. I think it's a very sophisticated and unexpected color combination that's still very fall. That's what we have over here. See how the two sides don't have to be identical? They could be a little bit different. And you can just have the same materials throughout, but you can, use them differently. I'm going to add some more of the burgundy mums here for more of the burgundy color. And I'm going to cut them shorter. Okay. What else do we have? I have some red roses. Should we use some red roses? This is a beautiful red rose called Red Panther. It's kind of very fully open already. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be great in here. Don't need a lot of red, but some I think would be beautiful in here. That brightness really ties it all together. I love these velvety reds. Okay, so this is what we have on that side. Maybe I'll add a spider mum on this side as well. Really like the way they look with those roses. Okay. Okay, we're almost done with the adding of the roses. Let's see, I have some red spray roses. They're really pretty because they're so bright red. Often the red spray roses are not this red, it's more burgundy, but this is a true bright red rose. You know I love my spray roses. Add a little here in the middle. See how when you're doing a two-sided arrangement like this, things you add on the top can be seen from both sides. They have such long stems. It's such a shame to cut them so short to use these spray roses. They were spectacular when I bought them. Oh, the stem broke on this one. Okay, we'll just have to set it deeper in the foam. Okay, I'm going to stand back and take a look at what I've made so far. I think it's looking pretty good. Then we've got all sorts of little accent things that we can add in here. Like I have thistle, I have rose hips, I have eucalyptus pods. I don't know. What do you guys think about adding some blue thistle in here? I like the way the thistle looks with all these warm colors. That's why I chose it, because it's kind of a periwinkle blue, kind of unexpected in a fall arrangement, but it really sets off the other colors. So I'm going to add a little bit of this periwinkle blue thistle in here. Now it's just, and that texture is really neat. I like the texture of the thistle for this arrangement. Okay, let me add some in here. Let's add some on this side as well. Do I have another stem? Yeah, I do. There's so many different varieties of thistle at the flower market. They have these larger heads. They have the little tiny ones. They have some that are pale green, not much blue. Of course, I like the ones with a lot of blue in it. So I chose this periwinkle blue thistle. Don't need a lot, just a little here and there. We've got some thistle here. I think it's a great texture, almost like a cone. And then I have the eucalyptus pods. These are really cool. You can use this for Christmas as well as Thanksgiving. I just like all the stuff that you see now, you know, in nature. All these seed pods and things, just very expressive of the time of year. Just going to add a little bit of this on the edges and cascade down a little bit. Maybe it's more effective adding it up top like this. Yeah, I think I'll do that because I'm going to have the Cotonie aster to set the long lines. Okay. See, a little bit of this just really, really shows up. I like that. I also have rose hips from my rose garden. I have certain roses that produce beautiful hips. And if you don't deadhead the last few weeks of summer or fall, then you've got all these beautiful rose hips. Okay. Just wanted to have a lot of interesting texture and things from the garden that's very expressive of the season. Okay. You know, I think this is too tall, too long. Make it a little shorter. There we go. Got the rose hips added in here. Let's add some on this side. I have a climbing rose that has little tiny red rose hips. Really beautiful and long arching stems, but they have so many thorns. You can't strip it either, right? So I'm not using it. It's too much pain and suffering. Okay. Okay. Do you guys entertain for Thanksgiving? Do you have to cook and entertain a lot of people at your home? We used to have a lot of people over for Thanksgiving, but every year now we go to my friend Mark's house, so I don't have to cook. Well, I do have to cook. I bring all the sides, and they make turkey and stuffing. It's a lot of fun. I think I'll add in a little bit of the seed of eucalyptus to let it kind of cascade. This is such a beautiful bunch of seed of eucalyptus that I purchased. There's tons of these beautiful seed pods, and it's just really sturdy. I don't like it when the eucalyptus I buy is kind of weak and floppy and hard to use, but this is really great. Nice and strong and sturdy. See, I'm using it around the bottom of the arrangement so that I could kind of cascade down. This is right now elevated on my turntable, but you'll see this is an arrangement that just kind of sits on the table, so you don't really see the container very much. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of seed of eucalyptus up top, just to give it that little bit of texture and some interest. Something a little bit different than the fall colored flowers. That little bit of blue-green, and that texture is great. Seed of eucalyptus is almost like a filler flower sometimes. Okay, that's what we have here. It's a very full arrangement already. Okay, that's really beautiful. Okay, we're almost done. What I'm going to add in now are the Katoni aster berries. So the way I envisioned it is I wanted it to be kind of cascading onto the table. So I want to leave this sort of long. And I'm trying to find two pieces that are similar. They don't have to be identical, but similar for either side. So I'm going to trim this back a little bit. Trim some of these smaller pieces off. And let's see. This is about right. Maybe that's too long. Trim it back a little bit more. Some of these red berries cascading down. I think that would be very, very pretty in this arrangement. It makes it look much longer too, right? Then I have another piece here that I chose because it's similar. If we cut these long branches, side shoots off, we can use it on the other side. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to add some of the berries throughout the arrangement. See the side pieces that we pulled off? We can go ahead and add these in throughout the arrangement. I drive around the neighborhood looking at berries and fall foliage all the time. This time of year, I'm always looking to see what's out. It's amazing I don't crash my car because I'm distracted by all the beautiful fall foliage. Okay, so see, we've got the really beautiful Katoni aster berries added in. There's a lot of different berries available at market right now. And this is my favorite because it's easy to use, very subtle. It's also a very long-lasting material. And around here, at least, it's growing everywhere. Okay, so I'm adding it throughout the arrangement. Okay, I think we have enough of the berries in here. Okay. Okay. Now we can add in our taper candles. Remember the 2 holders that we put in there? Go ahead and put them in now. Okay. And we're almost done. I think I'm going to add something here and here to cover like the little bit of foam that we have showing near the taper candles. So what can I add in there? That looks nice. How about some more of these little mums? On this side, I guess I could do the same on this side. Okay, I'm going to turn it around to see if everything is filled in nicely. Are we missing any spots? Nope, everything looks good. We still have some of this wax flower. Do we need it? A little bit of yellow throughout? You know what? I think I like it without. I think I'm not going to add the wax flowers in. Just going to leave it. Maybe add a rose here on top, facing the people on the ends so that they have beautiful flowers if they're seated on the end. So we're all done, and that's how you make a classic low cascading centerpiece arrangement for your dining table for Thanksgiving. And I showed you how to incorporate tapers in there. I hope you learned something today and enjoyed watching me make this cascading Thanksgiving centerpiece. As always, please like and subscribe. Send me a comment to let me know how you're decorating for Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And I will see you in my next video.